Hello there, folks, and welcome to ZSR. It has been a hell of a day here. We have had so much going on, but we are not done. Oh no, we are not done. We've got another race for you tonight. I'm going to hand it over to my very capable comms and shut up. Foxlisk, Twinmo, have a good night.
Thank you for that great intro, Lost. How you doing, Twin?
I'm doing all right, Fox. How are you tonight?
Doing pretty good. It is raining torrentially, so I didn't go out and run any errands tonight. And I'm staying in and watching Zelda, so that's fine.
Well, hopefully it doesn't rain too much over at my place, because I've got a heck of a lot of snow that if it all melts at once, I'm going to be swimming.
Yeah, you've been posting snow pictures. You've gotten so much.
Yeah, and it's nothing compared to what some parts of the country have gotten, so I can't really complain.
Crazy. I think you can still complain.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm going to complain as I move it because shoveling snow sucks. But
for sure.
But what doesn't suck are these two runners. I can't wait for this
segue.
Race.
Great work.
I try. I can't really tell what cheamo's it's 127.14. I just noticed
Looks
that.
like it, yeah.
And then pH is what, 128.35,
I think.
Okay. So pretty close, within a minute or so of each other. We should be in for a good race.
We should be, yep. I think we're just about ready to go whenever Lost kicks us off. The runners are ready up. So we should be getting off in just a minute. So I've noticed Doom has introduced a new strat to the commentary meta of mentioning something and then just openly refusing to explain it. So do you want to talk about how we're definitely not going to explain pumping?
Oh, pumping.
Because nobody cares.
Yeah, no, nobody cares about mashing buttons. No.
They're going to be mashing some buttons. Who cares? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, only the tryhards do it, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that neither of these guys is trying very hard.
Yeah, so there's really not much to talk about in the first couple of segments. But what... So this is season 3 of League. What division are these guys in?
This is the Eastern Palace division, which is the third division. So the 16 players above them had faster qualifier time submitted. The way that the league is organized this season is we're doing divisions of 8 players running Swiss events. So the races should all be pretty close, just because there's a fairly tight band of people around your skill level to race against. And these guys are both 1-0. So cheamo beat Secretly a Sliver in round 1, and PH beat Coin Chaser in one of our, so far, 2 matches that were about a second apart in this league.
Yeah, we've had some really, really good races this season. I've been really happy with how... I mean, we've had good races before, but it seems like they've been super close this season versus the other seasons.
Yeah, I think the smaller pool sizes is helping with that. So I think that was a good idea. Hopefully we get another one right now. I don't know cheamo too well. I know PH fairly well. I know that he definitely has a lot of PB left in him. He plays a lot of rando, not a ton of NMG. He'll do bursts of NMG. He likes it, but it's not his main thing. So I think that his PB is ahead of his skill. I'm not sure. I mean, that's true of most people, so it's probably true of cheamo, but I don't know how much he's been grinding or whatever.
So yeah, not much to say other than they're walking a lot because we don't have the boots yet. The day we can figure out how to start with boots in actual NMG, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, escape is all about just sort of not losing your mind and doing sort of correct movement through rooms. Like you just want to not go out of your way. You want to do as little movement as possible to get to where you're going. There's a few rooms where you have to do somewhat more complicated strats, like the ball and chain room coming up is probably the most difficult room in the dungeon. But unless you lose your mind pretty badly, messing it up tends to cost like 1 second or something. Like it's not that big of a swing even if you do it pretty badly.
Have we had anybody forget Lamp yet this season?
Lamp, no, but we did have somebody forget Zelda.
Oh my god, are you kidding?
Did you miss that one?
I missed that one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was Flip Heel, right? He forgot, or no, maybe it was Kazdin. I think it was Kazdin. He forgot Zelda.
Oopsie doodle.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive to get the lamp and not get Zelda.
I don't actually know if he forgot Lamp as well, but
Okay.
But he definitely didn't have Zelda walking with him.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad feeling. This run is perilous and pretty long, so the race wasn't over at that point. Like it's very easy for your opponent to die to cold stare and give all that time back and more. But it does feel really bad to start out the race, like be 4 minutes in and be like, well, I guess I'm just counting on some kind of extreme circumstance. So luckily, both of these guys remembered to get the princess. And they're going to be able to push the mantle, because you can't push it alone. You need 2 people.
Yep, it's a team effort. They're actually following the manufacturer's suggestion and doing a team lift.
They're the only people in history.
It actually might be true.
I actually forgot the lamp in a race in, I think it was in the Blaine NMG tournament. So I've been there.
So if you do forget the lamp, I mean, obviously it's hypothetical because, I mean, it doesn't happen that often. So it's not really hypothetical. But anyway, what's the fastest place to get it? Is it just going to the uncle chest?
It depends on where you are when you realize it. I'm pretty sure that if you're here in this room, when you realize you don't have it, it's best to go to the uncle chest. But I'm not sure anybody's like really timed this out very carefully. So it seems like it should be the shortest path, though. Zelda, unfortunately, is not in the uncle chest, though, so you'd have to go back to her cell if you forget her.
So PH is having a bit of an escape here. Already down 1.5 hearts. I mean, most things in here don't do that much damage, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but...
Yeah, 1.5 hearts isn't really scary. If you're lucky, you can get a good D-boost and turn it into beat frames. I would have been looking out for a D-boost in the snake hallway in that situation, but it's like, I don't know, it's pretty minor.
Not explain rat frames?
Yeah, everybody knows about rat frames and beat frames, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's common knowledge, right?
Text in this game is quite laggy, and on screens that are kind of busy, such as the Sanctuary screen, there's just like a bunch of sprites in there with the old man and Zelda and Link and stuff is enough that every text box has some lag associated with it, and if you have only 1 heart or less, you get less lag because the heart beeping sound plays instead of the text scrolling sound, and that's like, I guess, faster or whatever. So you can
it looks like PH
see it
got
here.
It.
Yeah, you can see PH's text is visibly scrolling a little faster. It's not super obvious, but if you watch the cutscenes back to back, there's like a 30-ish frame difference.
So I think cheamo does a lot of rando. And I know you've already mentioned that PH does rando.
For sure.
So it'll be interesting to see what strats they may have adapted from Rando into their NMG run. I know it comes up a lot. I try not to judge. I try not to be a snob.
Wow, the red already from PH, dang.
Ooh.
I try to be a snob. It's more fun that way.
But yeah, so we'll have to see what kind of rando ingenuity comes out. Sometimes having that is good when things go sideways. And I know that when
Oh,
things go
wow.
sideways for me, it's easy to just panic and lose your mind.
Cheamo with a much friendlier overworld than PH there, but he has 30 rupees down on PH, which is like pretty funny. Not that important, but pretty good.
Yeah, we do want to get some rupees. I mean, obviously, it's not a huge factor right now. There are screens coming up where we can pick some up for fairly little time loss. But getting some of those drops would have been really nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of these guys are going to do what we call tree rupees, which is where you get the rupees that we need to open Palace of Darkness. We get them from pulling on trees. And assuming you do tree rupees, there are certain like breakpoints in how many rupees you get from drops that can make the rupee collection strats faster. It's like really not that big a deal. You can save a second or so. Like in from the worst to the best is like not much more than a second, I don't think. But pretty convenient. It's nice. There's not a ton to be thinking about this early in the game, so you try to get your rupee count up while you can. Cheamo
Nice
with a nice
D-boost.
D-boost, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get a bad D-boost from his first angle, but it worked out really well.
And he picked up a rupee. Hooray! He's on the board.
Yeah, unfortunately, the first one isn't super important. It's really not until you get to 4 that it's that interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure he is just hoping for some drops in Double Ready's room that's coming up.
Oh, nice
Rupee
dodge.
drops in this dungeon are so important that I believe it was you and Dow actually started a spreadsheet to see when the drops were most likely to be happening there or something.
Yeah. You kind of want to be on the first grain drop. And then that gives you the most likelihood of getting the red rupee in Circle of Popos. But I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on it because really just having the first blue is quite important. So I farm pretty hard for the first blue. So I don't know. It's whatever.
It's something to think about, but not really super worry about in this dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, PH is shooting an extra arrow. Both players with good Armos fights though.
PH has a slightly better arrow count, which might come into play. Might not. Depends on their Lamo fights.
Yeah, it's a little extra buffer for Lanmo. PH also got a gold EP dungeon. So PH does subsplits. So instead of having one split between Escape and Eastern, he has like 4 splits. And one of them was gold. So nice work.
Yeah, seeing golds during the runs, these races is great. Like, I'd love to see everybody get a PB during a race, but realistically, golds are just little mini PBs, so let's celebrate those too.
Yeah. I think the optimal outcome for a race is for the loser to PB and the winner not to PB. Because if the winner PBs, that's just like, that's greedy. Come on.
Let's spread the wealth around. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so will we see these two do the unholy spin speed?
I don't know about cheamo. I don't think ph does it. Maybe, but I don't think so. Looks like cheamo's not going for it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Looks like ph isn't either. It only saves like single digit frames, isn't it?
Well, you have to test it for yourself. If you do it
True.
really, really well, like optimally, it saves around the 25 or 30 frames. I tested it for myself recently because I went for it for a long time, and I found that in practice, my execution was not good enough to save more than like 5 or 10 frames, which wasn't worth it. If you're really getting 30 frames out of it every time, then it's like obviously worth it. Like that's a lot. But
That's
I
like
think
half a second, right?
yeah, but I think it's quite hard to do it cleanly enough to get a meaningful amount of time save out of it, and it adds a lot of just like missing it is so painful. So I don't know. I don't think it's super good on the balance, but it's definitely fun to zoom. So it's all good.
It looks like both of these runners are having really nice overworlds.
Yeah, no real issues from either of them.
For some reason, ph didn't look very happy with that talk. Did I miss something?
No, I don't know what he was mad about.
Okay.
It's like
We'll just-
247s on both sides.
That's pretty good times.
Yeah. It's all Gucci.
Okay, cheamo kind of scared me there. I thought he was going to take a antlion hit to the face.
Yeah, it looked like he missed his second poke there, or his second, whatever. He messed it up a little bit, but Desert Palace isn't really very scary. It's like hard to die here, really. So
It's hard
even
to
if
die
you
in
do
the
take damage, it's
front.
fine. I mean, I think that I don't think anybody's gonna die here. You can kiss Landmo 4 times if you really, really insist on dying, but it's.
Oh, that's the second red for ph. You usually don't want to see that many reds. Means you've killed a lot of extra enemies.
Yeah, he killed a lot of rats.
Well, I mean, not that they don't deserve it, but
yeah, true.
so okay, yeah, cheamo's skipping that 5 rupee pot. You want ideally 9 though, don't you?
Yeah, I would get that pot in his shoes, but it's not obligatory. You can get up to 100 rupees off of the trees if you grab everything, and you need 104 rupees minimum. So he's fine. I think that pot, I don't even know if it's faster, but it's just like much more convenient than getting all 4 blues, I find. But he still has the opportunity to get a drop in a few rooms. Like coming up in about 3-ish rooms, there's a chance for Popo to drop a rupee in his way. So he might just get lucky and get paid off for it. I play rupees like pretty pathetic. I'm like, I really just want to have a very easy tree rupee experience, so I kind of go out of my way for rupees. Oh, I think he was trying to get that blue and just missed it.
I don't even do tree rupees. I just robbed Grandpa, so
You're not robbing him. He's giving it to you.
True,
he wants you to
true.
have it
He
to
wants-
prosper.
Yes, it's Link's birthday money.
Exactly. Coming up into Lambo now. We'll see how this goes. This is the most fun fight in the game. Really, really difficult. This is the first place in the light world where you really expect there to be a swing, or like not necessarily expect there to be a swing, but it's the first place where it's realistic to see big swings. Not a bad start for cheamo. Not great. Kind of in the middle. Pretty good round 2. Can we clean up the 3? Oh, just barely missing the 3 on Chima's side. I'm not sure exactly where ph is at.
I think this is 4.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
4 from
Not
Cheamo.
bad fights.
4 from PH as well, I guess.
4 or 5. I wasn't counting. I'm a bad comm. Sorry.
Chat was counting. Chat, tell us. All right, chat's asleep apparently.
That's okay. I'm half asleep too. I shouldn't be. But anyway, so we got Hera coming up. The Hera split has a lot of things that can go wrong.
That's true. That's not usually one of them, but
no.
There we go. I think he thought he was going to bonk and sort of panicked and didn't know how to recover it. This is not really how you're supposed to... Okay, I am very scared about what's happening here. Okay, PH is in the water. Cheamo's out of the water.
Oh, we got him on
PH,
to swim. Oh, jeez. Okay. Ooh.
Okay, everything's fine.
We're fine.
Swimming is impossible.
It is impossible. Oh, neither one of them menued to boom during the Lamo fight, which is fine.
Yeah, doesn't matter that much. PH could have used it to boom a pickle that got in his way, but it's so super marginal.
He has enough arrows, he could have used an arrow too.
That's true.
I mean, they both have 12 arrows coming out of Lamo. That's really comfy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very good. You need to have about 7 here, so they have a lot of buffer. Cheamo getting kind of bad boulder RNG, but handling it quite well. This climb can be really gross depending on how the boulders and dead rocks behave. Looks pretty good for... Oh yeah, PH had an even friendlier skies.
Very nice. It's not often you get into Hera with full hearts and or only half a heart down. It almost feels like cheating.
Yeah, half a heart does not matter at all in Hera. Nothing does half a heart, really. I mean, I guess there's like a 1 in a million chance you walk into a skeleton, but that's about it.
That isn't to say that Hera is a safe place.
No, everything does 1 damage instead of half a damage.
Yes.
It's way worse.
And those Moldorms just love to get in your way and touch Link's butt, and yeah, it's not a friendly place.
PH actually getting shockingly good RNG from that Moldorm. Both players opting for... Well, actually, I'm not sure what PH is doing. I guess he's just throwing some pots first. But if you stand in this little cubby hole here and poke dash, you're just safe from all the tiles. None of them have an angle that'll get you here. So it's pretty good way to do this room safely.
Yeah, as long as you pay attention and actually keep your poke dash and not drop your sword. And
yes, unfortunately, you have to look at the screen if you do this strat, which is why boomerang strats are superior.
But they're impossible. I'm sorry.
I think that boomerang strats are a scam, but I do them. I think they're pretty fun. Cheamo on the arrow drop and realizes it and gets it. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, totally worth getting those arrows. Not that you like absolutely need them, but that buffer is just so nice to have.
Kind of an interesting strat from PH. Just not really opting for the fast beetle strat. Sort of did the start that you would see in a fast strat, and then just taking it easy on the second beetle. I think that seems like a good compromise. That is like, not entirely jokingly, the hardest room in the game. It's like really, really hard to actually get those. Oh my gosh, Cheamo. Oh boy.
Oh, how did he get down to 1 heart?
Well, he walked into 2 Kodongo flames.
Oof.
Nice rail clip by PH there. All right, this is pretty dangerous from cheamo. This is a tricky fight. It's hard to feel safe with one heart. Yeah, that's really rough.
No.
All right, well, PH is back in the lead. I say back in the lead. PH is in the lead.
Yeah. But, things happen.
Right, yeah,
So
like
it's
like
not
Moldorm
over.
deaths, for example.
Yeah, it's not over yet. I mean, we still have, we had the Aga Fall. We have blue balls coming up. We
You gotta
have,
hit that switch, cheamo.
yeah. It's so easy to get flustered.
Yes, it's very hard to redo things if you're used to autopiloting through them the normal way.
It
This
really
is,
is.
well, PH just didn't want to take a dishonorable lead. Can somebody post a failfish for me? Thank you. All right,
PH is
after the
taking
last
it.
hit.
Yeah, he's taking it very, very careful here.
Oh, that was so scary, but okay.
On both sides.
Oh my god, and cheamo dashing north. Oh no, what is happening?
Jiminy. No.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh, does Aries still have that Moldorm chase?
Oh no, dude. Oh, that's punishing.
Oh, this hurts.
I don't know, probably. I don't have an Aries sub, so
yeah,
maybe somebody does. PH walking half of Bonk Cave.
Well, bonking there is no fun.
That's true. PH can skip a red now, which is the benefit to having all those rupees early.
Cheamo skipping the bomb.
Well, he has 3 bombs.
No need to pick up another bomb.
Yeah.
Here. Okay. I believe we got this fight this time.
Surely. Looking good so far.
There we go.
Nice fight.
Yeah, that's
too bad about the other fights that didn't go well, but that one went quite well.
Yes.
That's a very difficult and dangerous fight. Hera in general is a real bugbear for basically every runner up to and including the very, very high level. Ends a lot of runs.
Yeah, it doesn't care if you're a 122 runner or a 145 runner. Hera is Hera. And yeah, you can have good movement and learn strats to get, a little bit more consistent. But there's enough RNG in that split that it can just totally ruin your day.
Yeah, it never stops being really dangerous. PH remembering to only get 3 reds, saving 20 frames or whatever. Hell yeah. cheamo actually has to get all 8 rupees.
Pickle shot or something else? Oh, he goes for this crab dash. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I forget that crab is there until I'm playing rando.
I feel like I used to dash through that crab for something, but I don't remember. Did you notice if PH got the mushroom or not? I don't think he did, but I wasn't paying attention.
I don't think he did either. I wouldn't expect him to.
Oh, too low.
Ooh. Oh.
It's a surprisingly tricky room, actually.
You know, Agate Tower has a lot of surprisingly tricky rooms.
Oh, PH getting lucky with no drop there. Yeah, Agate Tower is basically wall-to-wall surprisingly tricky rooms. It's a very technical, difficult sequence or segment. This room, the Dark Maze that PH is in, is I think my least favorite room in the game. It's such a nightmare. I feel like I have no control over what happens to me in this room. PH getting through it quite well, but those guards are very hard to handle, and they can just hit you regardless of what you do, and then you don't have beams, and you lose a ton of time in the rest of the split.
Yeah, the dark rooms here. Yeah, they're just not nice dark rooms at all.
Oh, not quite getting the double spin on that top guy. Red alert getting kind of out of control. It's alright there. Circle of Pots here, one of the hardest rooms in the game.
Yes.
Yeah?
Gets the good RNG. Honestly,
Yeah.
sometimes these rooms look so simple, but if they go sideways, like I said, panic sets in, and you're just like, what do I do now? And so...
Yeah, there's just a ton of RNGs. Any room where you have to interact with enemies, basically, the enemies have RNG. Basically, every enemy in the game has RNG. And so if you have... in any room where you have to actually fight them or like move around them or anything, it's always like so much to deal with.
Yeah, because you can practice and practice and practice, and if you're like, oh, that was interesting from cheamo. I haven't seen that before. But yeah, if you can practice the room all you want, but if you come in and you're half a tile too low on a slash, things just go sideways. So
Yeah.
I wasn't counting. Okay, we've got at least one blue ball for PH.
Mm-hmm. I think that was just the first one, but I'm not really counting. And I'm not going to. I'll do math later if I have to.
No math. Fox Lisk, no math.
cheamo is actually having a pretty good tower here. He lost beams somewhere, but I think he's saving time on PH in here.
Ooh, gets the
never
rough
mind.
RNG.
Now everything just goes to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, boomeranging the bat, of course.
Yeah,
Why was the bat there? I don't know.
See, I tell you, circle of pots. It just goes to hell and back when you get that one RNG. Even though you practice that one RNG.
Yeah, it's a really, really difficult room.
Yeah.
Nice diagonal boom from cheamo to knock the guy off the edge. I never learned that strat, but it's really good.
Oh no, we got a map.
We did? Oh, I missed it. Oh no.
cheamo mapped. Oops. That's why I don't mash with the X button. So you mash all 4 face buttons to get through the text faster. Unfortunately, mashing with the X button sometimes leads to a map. And you have to wait for the map to fully load, and then you have to hit X again to get out of it. And it's incredibly slow and punishing.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 seconds or something.
And embarrassing.
It is embarrassing for sure. Yeah, you gotta kind of know how many text messages there are everywhere. PH unfortunately has subsplit technology, which is denying me the information I seek, so we'll never know how many blue balls he got.
At least 2.
At least 2. cheamo is getting every blue ball in the world also, so that's good. You wouldn't want the guy who's a minute behind to get any breaks, would you?
Just gotta add some salt or lemon juice to that wound. You know, really rub it in.
I'm guessing Cheamo got 3, based on him knowing that was a yellow ball. Thank you, Hurricane Badger. So that's like a 6-second difference. It's pretty immaterial.
Yeah, neither one of them got an extra lightning cycle with those numbers. Like, they both had the same amount of lightning cycles, right?
Yeah.
So the routing in pod is somewhat frustrating because it's different in every single category. And if you play rando, don't even try.
I agree. Don't play rando.
It's not what I meant. But like, it's so confusing because there's so many ways that you can go in this dungeon.
Yeah, it's there's sort of a main hub that you revisit over and over again, and you do it in different orders. Really easy to go the wrong way. We had a race earlier. I forget who it was, but I think it was last week. Somebody went the wrong way in this dungeon 2 or 3 times. It's pretty funny. Probably not for them in the moment, but
yeah,
it's pretty funny for the viewers.
I think I watched that one. I can't remember who it was though. But yeah, they like went to big key first instead of drop down. Anyway, hammer. Oh, just hit the
nice.
pixels forehead.
Yeah, exactly. One extra menu, pretty good. Hey, Vextifer, thanks for the information.
Oh, we were just talking about adventures in pod. You know, no big deal. Flip.
High five. It's a high five, everyone. That's a really good point, Tam. PH going for that sword out strat to line up the arrow on the crystal switch. I'm gonna have to rib him a little for that. He's a 128 runner now. You can do it, right?
Just learn a visual cue and have it not work for you a couple of times, and then you start to think you're going crazy.
There's like a 7-pixel window, so it's pretty manageable.
Oh, we got a bullseye right in the middle of the statue's eye. Let's go.
Cheamo heading towards hammer jump now. I'm pretty sure. Missed a dash there and kind of backed it up with just walking. Yeah, PH's stream is very bright compared to Cheamo's. Oh, okay. Cheamo with a very fast hammer up.
Very, very nice.
Trusting his sword buffers.
It's okay, Lost. We bother him about it all the time. He knows.
He had the key dash.
I still don't know the key, the visual cues for the key dash in that hallway. I should probably learn it.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
But I don't want to. There's other things that are more important for me to learn.
It's fun, but I mean, it does save time, but it's just not that big a deal. Nice fight from PH. I didn't see the first phase, really. I was zoning out, but the phase 2 went well. Finishing with full hearts is really good.
Looks like it was another gold dungeon, too.
Oh yeah, nice call. Pretty big dungeon gold, too.
Having a good hammer yump really boosts your confidence for the back half of pod. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, at a higher level, pod mostly comes down to 2 rooms, which are hammer jump and Helma. And so if you get a good hammer jump, you know you're on pace to have a good dungeon, because most of the time the rest of the dungeon goes fine. Obviously, it's that's not guaranteed, but
Well, nothing's guaranteed, but death and
No.
taxes.
that's true. Okay, yeah, cheamo messed it up a little bit and ended up poking one of the turtles, but not a big problem.
Oh wow, he saved a lot of time in that dungeon. PH
I
did.
can't see the numbers.
It looks like it's 20 seconds
Wow.
saved, something like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good. I didn't see. Did cheamo? I'm sorry. Get the spin speed off.
He went for it. I don't know if he got it. Yeah, he got it.
Please don't face tank another hit. I
Oh,
know
it's
you can
fine.
take one more.
Okay, now that's... Oh, no. That's rough. Alright, cheamo's gonna bow out. Understandable.
Yeah. So PH just has to finish. Yeah, honestly, there's a couple of deaths that just are really hard to come back from. And that one is so far deep in the dungeon that it's hard.
Yeah, it's a pretty meaty time loss. It's like over 2 minutes. And especially if you're already unhappy about where your run is at, it's pretty challenging to want to go back in.
You guys are killing me in chat. It's so bad. Well, as long as you guys are having fun, I guess. And that's fun with a PH, by the way.
You have to type it in chat or it doesn't count.
But I don't know how to do that on my setup. Hold on.
The good news is that PH is not actually on PB pace right now, but he's within 10 seconds of PB pace, which is basically like being on PB pace. So now he gets to basically do a PB attempt in front of all of the ZSR viewers.
There.
Let's
No
go.
stress.
We did it.
No stress. Okay, if you missed the first hammer dash, just
retry it until you get it. If you're not
No.
hammer dashing, are you even having fun?
Yes. I gotta go tell my kids to go to sleep. I'll be right back.
All right. PH lost a little bit of time on the overworld. I wasn't watching super closely. I was posting important messages in chat. But Thieves Town is probably not a problem, especially coming in with full hearts. It's like not very scary. Opting to stay on the grid for that dash, I really don't like staying on the grid there, but it is technically optimal. Thieves Town has one big room that really matters a lot, which is coming up here in a couple of rooms, the Hellway we call it. The rest of the dungeon is like mostly consistent, except sometimes you get owned, but the Hellway you like are more likely to get owned than not. PH not on the God Pixel there, yeah. Alright, well, I've seen worse Hellways. It's not what you want to see, but didn't get totally clobbered or anything, so all good.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Nothing. We just paused the race and waited for you to come back. Oh.
Oh, that's not good.
All right. Just taking his time. I don't know. You didn't miss much. The hellway didn't go great, but it was fine.
Yeah, most of the rooms in this dungeon aren't super scary. There's a couple that can make you clench a little bit, but for the most part.
Oh, we got the cloaked rupee there.
How did that happen?
Something to do with the Gibo, but I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure Can explained it to me once. Yeah. This dungeon is like, it's kind of weird because there's a lot of things that are like pretty low probability to own you. So you're never really that scared because like a lot of them have to go wrong before you're in real trouble, but it's definitely possible for a lot of things to go wrong.
But not the fight, the blind fight. I mean, it's scripted. Nothing ever goes wrong there.
Do we know the way out? Okay, yeah. I see people hammer that block to go around sometimes. You can also bonk across the gap by bonking on the chest. I don't actually know which one's faster.
Time to break out the practice hack. Let's go.
No, just don't mess it up in the first place.
What?
Why learn backups when you could just be perfect? Opted to grab a heart there. Just for safety, I guess. We have seen some issues with blind in this event. We talk a lot about how the fight is scripted and always goes the same way, but if you mess it up, it becomes very dangerous very fast.
I also love how everybody has a slightly different dance that they do while they're waiting for the next phase to start.
I get so nervous with the stuff people do after phase 2. It is so... I'm always like, they're in the wrong place, they're gonna die!
But they know their little dance, so it works for them.
Ray had the craziest phase 2 dance I've ever seen in his race the other day.
No, we are not. We're just pointing out when people do things differently. All right, so Skullwoods. Again, most rooms aren't scary, but there's a couple that can cause problems.
Yeah. I think I'm a little bit I don't know, unusual in how hard I think Skullwoods is. I think a lot of players think it's very consistent or straightforward, and I've always felt it's quite difficult.
I find it I consistently lose time in that split. Yeah. It's so easy to lose time in Skullwoods. It really is.
Yeah. But before any of that, we have to get our Tempered Sword. Tempered Sword is more or less twice as strong as the Mastered Sword, which takes a lot of enemies from 2 hits to 1 hit, which in particular means that we can dash through them, which makes a lot of movement a lot easier and safer. Like, things just die when you touch them instead of sticking around. And it also makes all the boss fights a million times easier.
Yeah, tempered it's just such a much better sword.
Was PH going for 6 dash? You monster. Everybody avert your eyes.
He's
If
laughing.
you are you doing Muffin's dash? Oh my god. This is unbelievable.
He knows what he's doing.
This is now a double DQ.
I swear, if he does bird toss,
Don't
that's
say
it.
He might be watching. He'll get ideas.
Oh, I meant I didn't say anything. I don't know, Flip. What did he have to do to validate his run? Oh, I took a little bop from that mummy, which isn't horrible.
Flip probably means fence dash.
Oh, fence dash. Yeah. He got it. Okay, none of this early bomb jump nonsense. Good, good. I recently learned from DoomTap that once you get blown across the gap with the bomb, if you just hold down right until you're at the chest, it works perfectly. I was doing like the same thing PH did. I cardinaled all over the place, and apparently cardinals are bad. So
yeah,
just
holding
hold down
diagonal is
right.
good. This is true in many, 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 many places in the run. Just hold diagonal.
Apparently we don't like to move like Uncle. Moving like Uncle is bad.
Did you hear about the D-pad that went missing?
No.
It down, right, up, and left.
Oh my gosh. Fox. Oh no.
PH a little bit slow there, I guess. Let the mummy catch up.
Those sirens are coming for you for that bad joke. All right. There's just no way past it. That was bad.
That's one of my favorite jokes of all time.
Sigh. Oof.
Oh, that's
please.
not great. Is this okay? Is this fine?
No.
Oh, I thought that was going to connect.
Oh. Oh.
That's fine.
Oh,
okay, that was actually a pretty good D-boost. All right, let's go. Textbook. Tam, you need to read better textbooks. This is like one of those pre-war textbooks that our elementary schools had stocked because they couldn't afford to upgrade.
So I went to elementary school at the same school that my kids are currently going to. And in one of the hallways, they have this giant world map with all the countries. That has not been updated since I was in school. And that was many, many years ago.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Does it have, oh god, Yakutsk or something?
It's gotta have just like the USSR. I don't even think it's Russia. I think it's USSR.
Yeah. I used to know a bunch of like random Soviet states because of playing Risk with my dad a ton when I was a kid, and he had like a Risk game from the early 80s.
Oh geez, that game. Anyway.
Risk is great. Come on.
No. And yo-ho, I'm not quite that old. But anyway, PH is doing great. Keep going, PH.
I can't read the numbers on his splits at all, so I believe you that he's doing great.
Well, as long as he finishes the run, he did great.
That's true.
Woo, Louis Dash, let's go.
Let's go. This is still pretty PBable. It'd have to be a pretty good endgame for him, but he could do it.
No quick fish. I thought everybody tried to do that one.
Only people who are cool and smart and beautiful.
Apparently, I am none of those things because I still do not go for quick fish.
It's time to begin.
No. Getting more consistent in my splits is better than going for a few frame save at catfish.
Well, that's not a bad Zora's domain, except for where he missed the dash for a while.
Oh, crazy eyes. Look at his eyes. His eyes go wibble wobble. See, wibble wobble. I love
Why does
Zora's
he even
eyes.
have eyebrows? He's a
I
fish.
don't know, but they're great. I love them.
Fish should be hairless.
And I don't know if ZSR has Franker Face Z or BTTV emotes, but there is an emote called Crazy Eyes that is King Zora's eyes going wibble wobble. It's great. If anybody wants to add it. Joss in chat there did it and it's wonderful. How come he hopped into the water there instead of just kind of smoothly gliding like normal?
I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, what?
PH, when he went into the water by the portal just south of Zora's domain, he hopped like he fell into the water. You know how you get that little weird hopping animation
I don't know.
instead of just walking into the water? Oh, okay.
I didn't figure that out. Chex is aware enough of this to have tried to figure it out. I didn't realize it was a thing.
Oh, I hate this room.
This
so
is not
bad.
going perfectly. All right, this is fine. No, you're too low there. Never mind. Don't listen to me. He didn't hit the switch though, is the problem. I mean, that's not a big problem. Normally you want to place that bomb from the bottom of the thing, but facing right. And then you hit the switch with it and the ground. And if he had placed it there, I think he would have actually been too low. But I could be totally crazy. This is really getting the full conveyor room experience.
I need to learn the dash through that room because I have not learned it yet, and so I'm usually walking. And Electric Avenue gets me every single time.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that room, actually.
Is anybody truly good at that room?
I don't know. Probably. But certainly not me. Getting all the penguins in one spin is pretty much all you're looking for in that room. Oh, it goes for kind of an odd setup for the clip. Doesn't get it. It looked like it was almost good, though. Okay, and now we have Cold Stare, which is either going to be done in like 1 second or it's going to ruin our life.
Beautiful.
Very nice. There we go.
ph. I'm glad ph is having fun with this.
Yeah. Pretty sure that was still faster than Scoople's Gold.
Do we know if we do? I'm guessing we do shopping here with the 251 overworld.
That's got to be all shopping.
Okay. It's still weird to me to get ice rod in the split. It just, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just I don't see it often enough that. Yeah, long swamp. But yeah, just gonna do a couple of errands.
Not going for the quick warp really at all. Highly recommend the cast node setup for that quick warp.
We
Super
almost
easy.
got the heart piece.
That would be pretty funny.
Yep, look at that. We're getting ice rod and swamp. These crabs never ruin anybody's life. Oh, that menu is so bad.
Yeah, it's the worst menu in the game if you do this shopping. Unless you have... Wait. Yeah. Unless you have the butterfly net. Then it's not a bad menu anymore. But then you have the butterfly net.
Yeah.
Bug catching net.
I do have to say that there are some menus where the mushroom makes them so much better.
There are a couple that it takes from 3 moves to 2 moves, yeah. It's
Mhm.
definitely convenient.
But, I don't know why we're talking about that, because he doesn't have mushroom either.
He could still get mushroom. You can't stop him.
No, I couldn't stop him if he wanted to go and get it.
It'd be pretty slow, but...
Oh, yeah. Don't go for it. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. You're not going to get that skip. Okay, I'm not going to lie. When I first read your comment, Fox, I thought it said Long Swamp is against Pod. Apparently, I need some sleep.
It's okay. We can take a nap during Swamp. Nothing interesting happens here. Oh, that was a gold overworld, though. It's getting a lot of subsplit golds today.
He is. And some of them are, like, pretty good golds. Not just tiny little ones. Oh, jeez. Those guys were, like, ready to mob him as soon as he walked through that door.
Yeah, that's pretty rare and annoying RNG. I think you can dash up there and then walk at the top of the screen instead of walking at the bottom and dashing up. But I don't know. I don't think it matters that much either way, really. Taking half a heart of damage is also totally fine.
We don't like beams anyway. At least not in this room or this dungeon.
No, beams are good in here.
What?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want beams?
I don't know. I never have beams in Swamp. Because I get ether and I usually get wrecked by boulders and Dead rocks.
The main thing that beams are good for, well, they're good in Swamp 2, kind of. I don't really believe that, but they can sometimes be good in Swamp 1. But yeah, the main thing they're good for is the sparking berry right before you go downstairs.
Oh, the red one after you push the statue.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that makes
And
sense.
they widen. So in that the stream that Gage is going back to, it's a pretty not a deal at all because you can just not worry about it. But they make it so you can cancel your dash farther left and still slash down and hit the berry because the beam hitbox is so fat. And in this room, they shouldn't really ever matter. But you could beam that guy if you really wanted to. I don't know. There's a lot of places where they like can kind of come up. They're good.
Gotcha. Okay. I just know that we usually hate beams unless we love beams, so. Seems like a pretty good dungeon so far. Nothing horribly has gone wrong. Except for that walk. I don't know. I'm trying to fill dead airspace.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty... I don't really know what a good swamp time is for long swamp. But he's on pace to save like 12 seconds over his PB. So...
Heckin' bubble.
Either it's a really good pace or his PB is a really bad swamp. That's assuming he gets zero cycle though. I don't actually know if he goes for zero cycle or not. He did not get the hook dash. And
Just
apparently
hold up
doesn't
an A.
know this strat. There we go.
Yeah,
if you
it's
just
hold
hold
up and mash
up,
A.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, I stole that from you.
No, it's good.
Oh, he is a little bit low on arrows. Don't we want... We would like to have 21 coming out of swamp?
I mean, it's fine. Doesn't really matter. You could get away with pretty much anything. If you have 21, then your arrow count will work out nicely to skip Mike Chest, assuming Vitreous goes well. But like, there's a lot of arrows that are more or less on our way, so it's pretty chill.
Fine, just ruin all of my... what I thought I knew. Just blow it up. It's fine.
I mean, 21 is a good target if you don't want to do Mike Chest, but I think it's somewhat overstated because it sort of assumes that you spend 8 arrows on Vitreous and you often spend, 10 or whatever, cleaning up little eyes.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I find optimizing ammo counts, like your arrow routing and rupee routing and stuff, is like fun and interesting to me, but it's just like really not that important. There's enough arrows in the game that you can bail yourself out pretty easily if stuff goes wrong. Looks like he just about exactly tied his PB swamp, so should have got the zero cycle, I guess.
He didn't even go for it.
Yeah. Zero cycle is like pretty optional and pretty difficult, so I definitely understand not going for it. Some players pick it up and they're like very new. Like you occasionally see like a 135 runner already going for zero cycle, but most players don't pick it up for a while. It's pretty intimidating to learn, and the benefit is not very good until you're really consistent at it. It's like pretty free to go for, but you're not going to save time with it that often until you're quite good at it.
Ooh, pH.
What do we call that?
An affront to humanity.
He didn't toss it though.
Nobody wasted time picking it up. I mean, come on.
It's true.
Not that it really matters. I just gotta be grumpy about something, right?
It helps. He took that from Ari. Well, he should give it back.
And then Ari should never do it again. So it looked like Meyer 2 went pretty well. Meyer is one of the more consistent splits for a lot of runners.
Yeah.
Oh, the 4 drop.
Here. 4 is not too bad. You can dump 4 bombs pretty easily and get your normal menus back. It's really the 8 bombs that ruin your life. All right, so that's 108.35 torches. So we sometimes say that 20 minutes from torches is a good estimate. I don't know how true that is for PH in particular, and I don't know. But it is exactly 20 minutes shy of his PB. So I don't know. I don't really have a conclusion, but those are some true statements.
They are some statements. Yes. So if things go perfectly and we get really good gameplay and he doesn't lose his mind, we're going to have a run that's really close to PB. If he plays a little bit better than his PB, we could see a new PB, which would, would be great. But really, we just want PH to... Oh, can you imagine getting a PB with this run? Picking up the bird and doing all the other little things. I can't even remember what the other one was that he did now.
7-Sea House.
Oh, that's right. The Sea House. Falling to Moldorm twice. Yeah, this would be an interesting one to run against if it did.
That's pretty funny. Shout outs to Shady Force. Yeah, he doesn't, or he already has the ice rod, which means that 20 minutes from torches is like a lot more achievable, but it's still pretty hard, I think, at this level to do. So I expect this will be, close to PB, but not actually PB. But I would be happy to be surprised.
I have the hiccups. Oh no.
Hi, Flip. I'm Dad.
Fox, you're gonna get banned from comms.
Who's gonna ban me? It's my tournament.
CSR just won't pick up any races that you agree to comm.
Reasonable. Oh, getting a 1 cycle here. That's not too bad.
Spooky is pretty fun, and it's not as hard as you think it is. It's a lot easier to pick up than a lot of people realize.
Yeah, it's very low execution bar. The main reason that, or like the hardest thing about it is just getting good enough at the dungeon to not need to powder, because powder breaks Spooky. But otherwise, it's just like, it's really not difficult. You definitely screw it up every once in a while, but it's not hard to learn.
Yeah, I think I learned over text a day in chat. So, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but it's if I can pick it up through text and not somebody like yelling at me in person, it's got to be pretty easy. All right, one more trip up Death Mountain. Oi. Okay.
Oh man, that hookshot is so scary.
The whole screen is just scary.
Yeah, that screen is terrible.
It's even worse when you go for Waffle House. So you don't dash up there, do you?
Where?
The cave just before Paradox Cave. When you're going up the stairs, he dashed from like the lower wall to up the stairs.
That sounds bad.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
It's not 4.5 tiles, I don't think. Too high. There you go.
Not free.
Come on, Yo-Ho. The run's already dead. Let him finish it in peace.
I wish you guys could see the video. PH is being such a little goof right now.
Oh yeah, he just flashed us a thumbs up too.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that's all he flashed us with.
Hey now.
You're a rock star. So we're coming up on what is widely considered by most of the community as the worst room in the game. Chomps. Because, you know, we love Chomps in Mario games so much that we had to put him in Zelda games too.
My stream for PH just jumped back a room. I think he's trying to avoid going into Chomps by time traveling.
Oh, mine's just fine. He's in Poke 0. And he got the magic and fairy.
Okay. So. Mine was already there and then jumped back and did it again.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay. Ooh. This is not going great.
No. Good thing he got the fairy.
We're fine. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of All-Star, I want to give a shout out to Tam for introducing me to the All-Star mashup with, I think it was Imagine. Classic. I think we should introduce that to the waiting room music here on ZSR.
Tam finds some of the best MSUs to use. The only thing I hate is the amount of Flintstones that are in some of them.
Yeah, the Flintstones was a little much, but I think we fixed that. Yeah, the Mario Kart race or slide music MSU is one of my favorites. I tried to get Tam to use that one, and we would both use it for a no logic race. But then SG was just like, well, we just won't use either of your audio if you do that because you're not allowed to have fun on speed gaming. Oh, yeah, I thought that might happen. Oh, and missed the 10 arrows somehow. Wow.
That's a sad drop. He did avoid the 8-pack of bombs.
Yes, that was very good.
Will we see a fast laser skip?
I expect no. No. It's going for the block strat. Good strat. Does it right. You love to see it. That is... Oh, I thought that that might not be a key dash, but I guess he nudged. Maybe he was just on grid. So it didn't really look like he nudged.
Do people kill that Helma in the peg maze just to keep it from getting in the way? Or
Yeah, it can block the northward beam from the block if you don't kill it sometimes. Good phase 1 Trinex. Spoilers from PH. Alright, good Trinex fight.
No menu to hookshot, though. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a spleeb catch. I don't think so, Rec.
We already had enough memes in this run. We didn't need Requiem magic.
All right, so GT. Yeah, GT. Look.
GT is fun. It's very challenging, very long, very fun, very rewarding. Very easy to lose your mind and have things spiral out of control and lose a ton of time.
So yeah, not much to say. Just cruising through GT.
The basement is a lot more consistent than the climb. It's definitely possible for things to go wrong here, but for the most part, the basement goes pretty smoothly. Stuff like that happens, but that's not that big a deal. That's probably like 1.5 seconds lost. Oh, I thought that was frame perfect. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Apparently there's more than one frame where the hookshot misses the thing entirely. I didn't know that. PH is not dumping bombs. Either didn't remember or just doesn't care. Getting the bento box with a bit of a slower strat. But very safe.
Why bento box?
I actually hate the name bento box, but it's better than the rando name.
So we got the slow Armos fight there, but And still cleaned it up nice.
Yeah, it was actually really slow because not only did he not get the early cycle, he then continued to delay the rotation from starting again, which I'm pretty confident was an accident.
On the plus side, he has 17 arrows going into mimics. I don't think he'll have a problem with arrows.
That's true.
23 arrows.
All right, your new task is to spend all of those arrows in the gauntlet.
Nice spike pit. Not getting hit there is a good feeling.
Just walking, GBZ. Hello, Chex Human. How was no logic door rando or whatever nonsense? Alright, not a bad G2. By G, I mean gauntlet. There's 5 rooms in a row here that are all kill rooms and increasingly atrocious geometry. And we are through them. Not too bad. This is not how you want G5 to look.
Yeah, no. He did make it through without getting hit, and he picked up a heart, so it just was slow.
He's totally fine on hearts.
He's gonna have to pick up magic, though. Unless he decides to do bow whizzies.
He does have 21 arrows.
So many hearts. Very nice. Oh no, he missed one. Okay. We got it now.
Successfully not getting foosted.
Nothing can go wrong from here. I mean, the rest of this dungeon is just free.
Will we get a hover?
Does PH hover?
PH is a very good hoverer.
Oh, okay.
Bow Whiz is boomer garbage now? What are you talking about?
Ethan, we can't all be gamers. I'm sorry.
Not hovering. Hate to see it.
We could still hope for a quadrant glitch. Did he get? No, he didn't get it. I
How do you
just know
know?
that I thought the chest didn't appear. If you got the quadrant glitch.
Is that true?
I don't remember. I remember I've only gotten it once.
I don't
And I
think that's
couldn't
true.
remember how I figured it out.
Well, you figured out very obviously when you go to the next room.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's true though, because I've gotten it and gone to the next room and I can't hover.
Okay.
So I must have hookshot at the chest.
Okay. Alright, Aga 2 being Aga 2.
This is not going great.
No, it's really not.
Oh, that was good.
There
I
we
thought
go.
that shot was going to get eaten.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That was the old me. The one time I got quadrant glitched on Moldorb 2 was long before I could even kind of hover. It's like a good 1-1.
PH's bats should be what we would expect them to be, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it was looking like a good RNG fight, and then Ganon just backloaded all our warps.
I respect the lamp torch glitch.
No comment. I will say that was a very easy RNG to safely get a double on. If you're gonna lamp the torch anyway.
Going for the cape spin.
That wasn't a cape spin.
That wasn't a cape spin? Oh.
No.
I just should stop talking.
I don't think making one slight mistake means that you have to stop talking forever. GGPH.
GGPH.
Finishing with 129.40-ish. Just about plus a minute on his PB. Pretty good for a race, especially a race with 2 Moldorm balls and 3 blue balls and stuff.
And all the memes. So yeah, GG.
Looks like PH will be joining us for an interview. Hey PH, GG.
Hello. GG's.
I'm glad you came in here so we can berate you about 7 dash Seahouse.
And the bird in Meyer.
Oh, bird carry is that's in honor of Error. Come on.
Oh, okay. I still can't agree with it. I'm sorry.
I was curious if anyone called me out for the pumping in Eastern as well. That was for Bitey.
No, I missed that
I
one.
didn't notice.
Oh, you know the big long room when you're walking across to the right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Bitey's favorite place to pump. So, yeah, I actually don't generally keep the room open aside from like periodically popping in and to make like a comment when I screw something up. So I don't really know what happened to Chemo. What happened there?
So Cheamo died to Moldorm, and then died to Moldorm, and then died to Helve's.
Oh no!
And then was no longer interested in playing Zelda for some reason.
Ugh.
Yeah, pretty rough. Pretty rough time.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the two. Like the really funny thing is that this actually was a really, really, really solid run outside of the Moldorm Falls, which I mean, okay, but like for me, that's about like this is a little bit more than a minute behind my PB, and those 2 falls were probably, I mean, it cost me 35 seconds ahead to 20 something seconds behind.
Sounds about right, yeah.
I mean, this would be like a mid 128, high 128 for, well, I guess not high. Like it cost me like close to a minute, and I was, probably I was less than that behind until basically GT.
Yeah, it was a good run.
So. Yeah, we saw a couple of gold sub splits in there, so nice job on that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that pod. Thank you. Yeah, that pod was a gold sub, which is also a little embarrassing because it still had some boo-boos, but it was a gold sub split by like 4 seconds. But yeah, no, I mean, I had fun. I felt bad once I realized that I realized that Cheamo had FF'd as I was kind of coming out of ice, I think, was when I noticed. And that put a damper on. Obviously, that's too bad. I'm sorry for him and also for the people and for you guys calming. It was probably a lot less interesting just watching me flail around.
No, I mean, things happen. That's part of the gig.
Yeah, that's speedrunning.
True. Well, I actually quote Fox often. Dying is slow.
That's true.
So I try not to die. Like I take a lot, especially in these like race settings. I definitely do stuff like a little bit safer than I normally would, and sometimes it actually causes more problems than it should solve. I think it's worth it to give yourself give yourself a good chance to finish a run without like a death.
You don't want to depart from what you're actually used to so much that it causes problems. But yeah, I think playing things safe in races is good. If there's totally a death in a race,
it can be easy to be like oops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, if there's a death in a race, the player who didn't die is almost always the one who wins. So just not dying is like priority one, because there's a lot of deaths.
Yeah. Although, I mean, that was my race with Coin. It was 1 second different, and Coin died to Moldorm, and I didn't die. He just dramatically outplayed me through the rest of the run, and literally, like, if he'd gotten one fewer warp, he would have beaten me. So.
Yeah.
Even so. Yeah.
Well, you're going into the 2-0.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was.
Now. Wow.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. Go talk about your own.
Yeah, WoW is right. There was I don't know if you had any other questions. I don't know if there's a whole lot else. If you had asked me, I would have said 0-2 was way more likely than 2-0, considering the composition of the of the brackets. But it's. I mean, I love the league. I think it's super fun for anybody who's thinking about learning this game. The other brackets with the better runners are a great example of what it looks like when it's done right, and it's super fun to play.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun with it. Yeah, you're going to be in the 2-0 race against Willie, I guess. So, got a week to get ready.
Oh my gosh. So, I need to figure out how to send a little care package to I'm assuming to Germany to ask him to throw the race as well. Yeah, Coin and cheamo both got it already. Yeah. They got my payoffs earlier already, so they're good.
Tisk. Cheating in NMG. Come on.
That's fine. I support race fixing.
I figured if anyone would, Fox would. So.
I just gotta say, a couple of people in chat were a little disappointed you didn't go for Requiem Magic in Turtle Rock, but I appreciate that you didn't.
Oh no! Oh, I'm so mad at myself. Rec, I'm sorry if you're out there. I'm sorry. I have no excuse.
No, Requiem stormed away in a huff when he found out that you hadn't gotten it.
So the one other thing I will say, I was thinking so I decided I really kind of wanted to save the 129. Which is also ironic because then I forgot to hit .done for a few seconds, so I almost lost it anyway. Like I actually finished. I think my timer, which is auto split, is 129.40. So it was like a pretty big gap there, actually. But
do you not hook up your live split to race time?
No, I don't.
Oh, it'll .done for you if you do.
Probably should, but I'm lazy.
Yeah,
right.
Fair.
But I was gonna hover the Moldorm gap.
Yeah,
but then I was like, you know what? I'd like to get something under 90. I really almost did. I was if I'd been like a little bit faster or a little bit slower, I probably would have gone for it.
That makes sense. It would have been more swag to hover the try next gap.
For it. You know, it's funny you say that. I actually had a thought about like going for it for a second, and then I was like, no, that's I wish I had, now that you've said that, because I feel like you would have enjoyed it. So, my mistake.
It would have been pretty impressive if you got it.
I've gotten it once, and I have an emote for it.
I know.
So I can always remember.
All right, well, you got anything else to say about the run or anything?
Just, I mean, it sucks. I'm sorry for cheamo, and he's a really good runner, better than I am, has a better PB. So thank you for the race. Obviously, Fox Twin, thank you both so much for coming. Lost the Pirate for the restream, and ZSR as always for putting everything on. Really appreciate everyone watching, and I'm looking forward to racing Willie next week. League is my second favorite event behind everything that Yoho ever does.
Well, I was going to say GG, but I might have to hold off on that now. But no, it was a great run. And yeah, thanks for making it fun for Fox and I to kind of meme on you for memeing. So
good, please do.
We like memes around here. Well, if you folks are all wrapped up, we can start winding down the restream for the evening. It has been a marathon day here at ZSR, making use of all 4 channels. And we all need to go to sleep. It's getting late. We do have a few things on the schedule for you tomorrow. At 2 o'clock, we've got a Twilight Princess Lava Dash race. At 3:20, we've got an Ocarina of Time randomizer tournament race. At 9 o'clock, we've got a Zelda 2 randomizer max rando tourney race. And at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, we've got some more Link to the Past NMG League action going on. We've got WinFox 470 versus Power to Mario, and it is a double feature. We will also simultaneously be casting Chex Human versus Flip Heel, so please tune in for that. We are gonna rate over, we're going from some high quality Link to the Past action here to some significantly more questionable quality. We've got one of our Zelda Speedruns restreamers playing A Link to the Past right now, and I don't know how well he's doing, but it is not something he typically plays, so it'll be a little on the silly side. Feel free to cheer him on and give him pointers. Have a wonderful evening, y'all, and we will see you back again tomorrow.